I'm an average dude.
Welcome, guys. Podcast number 6. And guess who we got here? Ryan Skidmore, ex tight end from Fresno State, ex tight end from East Bakersfield High School, more importantly.
Ryan James Skidmore.
Ryan James Skidmore. I forgot. I had to throw
Ryan James Skidmore, welcome, man. It's in our notes that 2007 East High's graduating class was like the most, probably
the best class.
Arguably the best class. Would you stand by that opinion?
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Well, hold on. We gotta do our 6. Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
I just wonder if by any chance, the Damerons or the Kings.
Well, they can say what they want to say.
I just wonder what they would say about it.
Yeah, I mean, they would have a good argument. They won Valley, we didn't, but I mean, we're better. Simple as that, right?
As simple as that.
It's not that hard.
Did we even go to Fresno State or anywhere else?
Yeah. I think it was a BC. Most of them was BC.
Simple as that.
Got there. We got a guy that went straight out of high school to
straight
D1,
to the big leagues, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
This guy. It was him.
Can you collect your composure for 5 seconds, please?
It's just funny to hear you guys talk.
Episode 6, Jan, I got a guy, and then I'll let you, I don't know if you're prepared for this, but we start our show kind of with a famous number 6. So first one that pops in your head, but I'm gonna see if Jan can, or if you could guess mine. Let's see what you guys got. The most NBA championships of all time. I should be able to stop there because that's easy enough. But I'll keep going.
Bill Russell.
Bill. Yes, Bill Russell.
Thank you.
That didn't even take long.
When you said the most championships, that's when I was like, okay, there's only one guy I know that has like 11, I think, right?
He has 11.
Yeah, 11.
Too many for his hand.
Yeah, it's like you gotta start counting toes and stuff.
He puts one on his toe. But yeah, so I had other facts, but you got it right off the bat. Good for you,
Thanks,
Jan.
Man. Thanks. All right, I got one, and I'll let Skidmore do the last one, so he kind of gets to see the vibe.
You might not have one. I don't know if you prepped him or not.
I told him about it, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And just by the way, as you guys can see, we got a new set.
Courtesy of
Jameson Specialties. You need a pub joint, you know who to call. So
I don't know what that means.
None of them knows what it means. But
I know who to call now.
So yeah, man, we're upgrading. We're getting big. We're getting famous. That's just what we do.
Some Lakers stuff up in here. Yeah.
So I got one for you. My number 6.
Jay Cutler. Did I get it?
No.
Oh.
Dodgers first baseman.
Oh, I'm not gonna.
10-time All-Star. 1 NL MVP. 1 World Series champion. Neither of you guys are going to get it.
Well, Skidmore's right there. Just do like you did in high school and look off his paper. Come on, Skid.
Steve Garvey.
Dude, give me a second.
Oh,
Steve Garvey.
Sorry.
Gosh.
My bad, man.
I had it.
I kind of want my Dodger hat because I had that question.
Steve Garvey.
You would have got that?
Yeah. Everybody knows that. Everybody. All right, that's a good 6. I never heard. I will.
Yeah.
You got one, Skid?
You got one?
Heisman Trophy winner. He played at Oklahoma.
I know who this is. Baker Mayfield, because he has a jersey of Baker Mayfield.
I didn't even know he was number 6. I would have thought LeBron James before any of these people, but
I thought LeBron James too, but I thought it was gonna be too easy. It was
throwing a curveball.
Yeah, I was throwing a curveball.
Dodgers
baseball, throwing a curveball.
But I like Jay Cutler too.
So Jay Cutler and Baker Mayfield. Why don't you name another 6 for us?
I want to be.
That's all I know.
I want some honest answers real quick. Do you like Jay Cutler because of his football career or because of his show? Yeah, the truth comes out.
I like Vanderbilt, so he went to Vandy.
Okay,
nice, dude. Nice.
All right, I thought it was going to be, his little reality show he's got going on.
That's cool, too.
I heard he's pretty funny on it. Previous week, YouTube comments, we had quite a few. A lot of love this time. I mean, I think calling out the cousins is finally working.
Yeah.
Zach the Joker said, "I'm here and I've watched every episode so far."
Mm-hmm.
You didn't buy a shirt, so we don't know that.
Yeah. And you don't leave a comment.
You don't leave
until
a comment
we call you out.
Until we call you out.
But hey,
so,
we appreciate that.
Hey, we appreciate
it. Still love you.
Question of the week from Levi Shagoya: do the Cowboys fire McCarthy? If so, who would you like to see as the next coach from a sad Cowboys fan?
If I had to, yes, I would fire McCarthy. I'd fire him right now. There's no point even having him in as our head coach. And what I would do, it sounds crazy, because he just got a big deal. This is a Cowboy dream, right? I've been doing a Cowboy dream and then reality. My dream would be Tony Romo. But it ain't going to happen because he's got money and he's doing good at what he's doing.
Okay.
The one that I think why not take a shot at Lincoln Riley? Why not? Offer him, see what he says. I mean, he's young. He's doing things at Oklahoma. I mean, they're not as good as they were last year or the year before, but get someone in there that's creative and take Kellen Moore, send him and McCarthy
And so to be clear, you're wishing that McCarthy gets fired, but you're not he is going to get fired.
No, I think he keeps. I don't think he's. I think he'll keep his job. I mean, Jason Garrett kept his job for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean. So I think he's going to keep his job, but I wish he would get fired.
Okay, what do you think, Big Skid?
I think they should go get a big name college guy, rob for him some money, and get him away from one of those big programs. I don't know.
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, or the LSU coach. That guy's he's a character.
Ed, what's how you say?
Ed Orgeron?
Yeah, there you go.
I was going to say Oregon because it always looks like Oregon.
Yeah, it does.
But Chip Kelly or get one of those guys.
Chip Kelly? What the hell are you talking about, man?
That was a couple years back. But good idea, Skid. They tried that argument. So I don't think they fire McCarthy, kind of like the same thing you did. He got a 5-year, stupid amount of money deal. They're not firing him and just going to eat the money, even at the higher end, I was like, this is so bad. He's Jason Garrett all over again. But, they should fire him, and I actually like the defensive coordinator from San Francisco 49ers. I don't know what his last name is.
Saleh.
Is that what it is?
Saleh something?
Whatever he is, I love his intensity. It looks like he's a player's coach. That'd be my guy.
Don't you think they should have kept Chris Richard and had him as a defensive coordinator?
I liked him too.
Me too.
Liked him too. Another comment going on to another Shigoya, wouldn't you know? Crystal Shigoya. I'm here for it too. Episode 5 is by far my favorite. You guys are really getting into your groove, and I love it. So excited for episode 6 and Dreamboat Ryan Skidmore.
Damn.
There it
Crystal,
is.
would you stop?
Another one.
With it.
Crit with it. Yes, you dropped it. Another one. I'm alone with hard eyes.
I saw that. I'm like, Kyle, what hentai you got going on here with this chick?
So
dude?
at first I thought it was for you, right? And then we tracked it back, and you're just an average dude.
Yeah.
You know, I think Skidmore, I guess, is getting all these women involved and hot and bothered.
Yeah.
But
some chick.
Paraski Mickens.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's just like a sex bot, but she came in. She's like, I'm alone.
Yeah. It's a sex bot for sure.
What?
So,
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Shoot your shot.
We got viewers from everywhere, man. We got them from everywhere.
Good. I'm glad people are watching.
Bryce Shigoya. We were getting a lot of love to Levi on that last podcast episode. He said, scratch that. I'm top 2, and I'm not number 2. He's bringing out his inner Beyonce, and I love it.
Nice. You know, you don't hear too many words come out of Bryce every once in a while, but when he does, he's ready.
Is that family split Raiders and
so you
Cowboys?
got Saints.
He's a Saint.
Raiders, Cowboys. I think that's
49ers.
who's a 49ers.
So it's
my mom.
49ers.
So it's sprinkled. Okay.
Yeah, so it's all
we're a
over
little
the
bit
place.
everywhere.
They got one in each hemisphere. They have one in the East Coast.
Now,
mid,
and
then West.
be nice to your brother. You guys are funny. I love you, Bubba. Kelly Sneed. And it's a little like you're treating me like a little kid, Mom. Stop it. I'm a grown man. But at least you came through. I don't know. And Mimi's missing for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna give your mom some props, man. She
Props.
is on the social networking like there's no tomorrow. So, yeah.
Moving past the YouTube comments, jumping into our sports talk.
Hey, have you left us a YouTube comment lately?
I will.
Oh, no, I didn't say will you. I said have you.
No, I have not.
Oh, all right.
What is it? But this is only episode 3,
yeah,
right?
episode 3. We just found out it's only episode 3, guys.
So
Sorry.
interesting. Who's your number 3? No, we already did that.
No, we did that like 3 episodes ago.
3 episodes
That's
ago.
okay. We forgive you.
Sorry.
So now we're going to bring Skidmore into the mix a little bit more. We know you guys are here to tune in and you guys hear me and Jan go back and forth every time. Now we're going to bring in our interviewee a little more. We're going to run through some general sports talk, and then we're going to ask Skidmore some questions, Fresno State questions, East High questions, whatever comes up. The first thing that came up was My Cause, My Cleats. That's what this week was for the NFL. Kind of cool thing, whatever
Whatever foundation.
they want to rep. And it doesn't have to be their own. But say they want to rep a certain, it's really cool. They all get to finally wear decorated cleats.
Yeah, which I don't know why there was a rule that you couldn't.
It's so dumb. But, it's cool that they finally get to be themselves and also represent something and bring a good cause to light.
For sure.
What would your guys's, if you had your cause, your cleats, what would you guys rep?
Well, for me, it'd be the Bakersfield homeless shelter here, just because if anybody who lives here or around here knows and sees quite a bit of people who are homeless. So that's kind of a cause that I think that they probably could use some help.
Yeah, for sure. That's good. They I just found out. They have kids there too that have to stay there with their families, and I think that's definitely a good one to put on the shoot for sure.
There's homeless kids too, Jan.
Yeah.
Way to bring that to life.
I'm just saying, man. There's
they didn't know that before.
Yeah, people, it is whatever.
What would you?
What I would do is I would do like something for the children, right? Like the kids. I'd put like kids on my shoes and say, I don't know what foundations or anything, but that's what it would be about. It'd be about kids.
The Something for the Kids Foundation. I like it. If not, let's start it.
Anyone else can make something up.
Nonprofit. Something for the Kids Foundation. Mine would be the League of Legends here in Bakersfield. I like how they work with their kids with disabilities. As a special education teacher, I think it's super important that like we include those kids and they still get to participate and feel like, they're superstars, because they have different talents that shine different ways. But like, obviously some kids aren't gonna be able to compete with Skidmore. It's nice that they have somewhere where they could go to and like just build up their self-esteem, right? So I love League of Legends. That would be mine. Plus that'd probably be a pretty dope shoe, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Sports fights. All right, so Bengals and Dolphins. I don't know if you guys saw it this week, but
I don't know why they got ejected.
Well, that whole game was crazy. Did you watch?
I only watched the one that when Todd.
You watched the big one where they were like, "This guy's gone. Yeah, this guy's gone."
I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
So it went on from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. Where first quarter, a couple receivers and a DB got thrown out. I think it was Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd got thrown out. A DB got thrown out. So scuffiness was going on. Then in the fourth, I think it was the fourth quarter, but there were like two like cheap shots on punt returns, and then the next punt return, two more cheap shots, and it was like, you know what? The Dolphins coach came on the field. He had enough.
Really?
And like, Brian Flores looked like he was ready to throw down. I probably don't want to mess with Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, an NFL football player might be like, I ain't scared of Brian. But I would be. Yeah. Like, he looked intense. He kept his mask on the whole time, though. Props to Brian. All right. I just thought it was interesting. We definitely need to talk about it. Head coach wanted all the smoke. You ever been in one of those before, Skid?
A fight?
Yeah, a sports fight.
Yes.
Not a fight. I mean, I assume you've been in a fight before.
Well, no, a sports fight. Yeah, I've been in a couple of them.
Like, tell us how. Tell us what happened.
No, for me, it was just pushing and shoving on the field. But for the most part, in practice was when against our own guys.
And it's always like offense got offensive back, defense got defensive
it's kind of a weird deal, where you fight and then you kind of, if one of your guys is fighting on offense, you got to kind of go help them. So
what a team! Nothing brings you together like fighting your brother,
right?
They have a brothers fight, right?
Exactly.
Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. They're not brothers, but they announced.
Who gives?
But we just talked about it, right? We talked about how the next fight was just going to be a money grab, and it didn't take a week before Logan Paul was like, "I'm fighting Floyd Mayweather."
Like you're gonna give this guy the shot to do something? It's like, full, get out of here with that BS, man.
It's just all the media's hyping this thing up, and that guy, like,
I hope they don't get nothing.
But it's weird because that guy only fought like I think twice or whatever.
Yeah, and he got knocked out the first time.
But he only fought twice, and you get a chance to fight Floyd Mayweather. It's just people on social media bolstering this thing, and they're gonna make a lot of money off of it.
I think it's Floyd. I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't think it's the people as much as Floyd. Like Floyd himself is like, I want to keep that perfect record, but I still want to get paid, because like this is what his livelihood is still. Even though he has the money team brand, he's still like, I'm a boxer at heart. So if he wants a big payday and he's like, hey, people are tuning in for this Logan Paul guy, like Conor McGregor, he's gonna run his mouth, he'll bring people in, and like I'm still gonna keep a perfect record.
Well, my thing is, it's like, when does Floyd Mayweather credibility just go out the window when you fight someone like this?
After the
to me, it's like okay, what are you proving? Like, you don't prove anything by beating this guy.
He just fills his pocket. He's not trying to prove anything, I don't think, anymore.
Yeah, but
trying to keep that record and try to just get some more money in his pocket. This is really your segment, so I'm gonna let you take away. I might chime in every once in a while, but go for it, Jan.
So the 2-minute drill, we're gonna
no, that's after the questions, after the interview questions. Did I put it in the wrong spot?
Yeah, good. Oh no, you got interview questions. Yeah, so kind of just gonna ask Skidmore a couple questions that I think a lot of people want to hear. And so I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then you can just tell us a little story about how these things came up, right? So tell us about your experience at Fresno State football. You got to play for Fresno State God, Pat Hill. Yeah. How was he as a person? Also, how was he as a coach, and how was it playing in a D1 program?
Yeah, so for me, I was lucky enough to go there, to stay close to home. It's only an hour and a half away. And as far as Pat Hill's concerned, I mean, he is probably one of the most winning coaches that program's ever had. He's a players coach, so you know how there's some coaches that are kind of players coaches, and there's some that are just straight dictators, right? And there's just different styles of people and how they interact with players, how they interact with coaches, and everything like that. And Pat, Coach Hill was, for me, I'm a Pat Hill guy, and he was a players coach, and so he remembered people's names and how their families were doing, and he truly, I believe, cared about all the kids.
He played with his son too, right? His
son was there too when I played there. So I mean,
what did he play?
Safety.
Okay.
Safety there, yeah. So it was. I had a fun time, and
yeah. Pat Hill, did he coach your dad or?
Yeah, my dad played at Fresno State as well too, and
he was part of that, right?
Yeah, Pat was the O-line coach there when my dad
was
there.
Cool.
So we got some history there, and I think that's kind of one of the reasons I chose Fresno State over some other schools.
Gotcha.
So as you ask, I'll jump into some Instagram questions that people were asking that they want to answer by Skid, and then we'll toss it back to you. But the first one comes from Eddie Morrow. He wants to know how drastic was the difference between playing high school to college ball?
Good question. For me, the speed was the biggest thing. So I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but like when I first got to Fresno, there would be like a corner that would be over the top of me, and like I could barely get off the line. And he was just like a little corner, like a 180-pound corner, but the guy was just so strong. And they're just a lot faster. Everybody, the speed of the game, the tempo of the game, so much faster. And you literally have to be, some guys are good to where they can just step in and go right away. And I wasn't one of those guys. It kind of took me a while to play. That was the biggest, for me, the biggest thing was the speed transition.
Is it similar to JV high school football to varsity, or is it like even like more like so?
Probably freshman varsity, I would think. Right?
Yeah, I mean something like that. I mean, wow. I'm trying to remember back that far because it's been a long time. But yeah, I mean, the speed from frost off to the varsity is fairly tough. But then I mean, everybody's really really fast. And then even if you think about it this way, like we went from where 1 week I would play Utah State or Utah or a smaller school or a Mountain West school, and then the following week we'd play an SEC school, and even that the speed transition is even more so. Right. And then you think about on top of that the NFL, like I can't even imagine how fast some of those guys are.
Right. I mean, it gets to the point where you're not just the fastest guy, right? You have to learn how to play football, not
that's right.
Hey, in high school you're just the fastest guy and we just give you the ball every single time. You get sometimes in high school you get away with that stuff. In college, obviously, like you're saying, you're not going to get away with it.
No.
So when did you play with Derek Carr? Obviously, he's the famous NFL quarterback right now. So, and do you have any funny stories that you can share with us about him and you? I remember one story. I don't know, you can go ahead and share a story that but I would like to tell him a story too.
Yeah. No. So I hosted Derek at Fresno. Awesome dude.
Because you're both Bakersfield guys, or
so I hosted him, and he's awesome. I mean, I had a lot of fun with him, and obviously he's very talented. And he's an all-pro.
Really?
Right.
Thanks
so
for that.
It's hard for me. I don't even have to tell
people
people because everybody knows kind of who he is and how good of a player he is. So I didn't know because obviously Devontae Adams was there also.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They were younger guys when we were coming in, so I was a senior, and those guys were sophomores and freshmen. So they were kind of, they showed kind of lights of being really, really good, but we didn't know they were going to be that good. Honestly, like we were like, oh, they're good, and then all of a sudden, their senior year, like, oh wow, they're actually really good. They're close to being All-Americans and stuff.
Right.
So
well, that's cool. Yeah. You got any funny stories that you could say that him and you were in? Was it just too many to remember?
Yeah, I'll just some of those.
Yeah, just use the easy way out. Say there's too many to remember. All right, yeah, we got
politician.
it. Yeah,
there's so many I can't remember the details.
Oh man, I wish we could hear.
We don't have enough time.
But I have a funny one.
We don't have enough time.
If only there was more time.
I have a funny one that you told me before. It was on the football field, and so Skidmore was there in the huddle, and Carr tells Skidmore to do something. Well, Skidmore's like, all right, so I do it, right? Well, he did it the wrong way. So they go back to the things. The coach is yelling at Ryan Skidmore, like, what are you doing? Why'd you do that? And he's all, Coach, Derek told me. Derek was like, I didn't tell you to do anything. And he's all, get on the bench, Skidmore. And I was like, dude, you don't cross the quarterback, bro. You don't cross the quarterback. And I thought it was pretty funny. That.
I mean, things get heated, when you're competing for spots and stuff like that. So, I understand.
You don't cross the starting quarterback, all right? Let's just put it that way. You didn't do it at East High, and you're not going to do it at Fresno State, all right?
Not in Jan's title.
Don't ask me that question. I'm going to answer it. I'm just telling you guys I'm not answering the question.
I'll plead the fifth.
I'm going to plead the fifth on the question.
Instagram question from Bobby Campos. Are you going to bring Derek Carr on the show since you played with him in Fresno State? Like, you're our hook.
Yeah.
I don't have that. Like, the dude right now is in the middle of a season, Bobby. I'll try. I'll do my best.
We don't need him out during the season. We can get him after. I agree with Bobby. Thanks, Bobby. Way to look out. The real one.
I'll try.
Politician answer. There we go again. Go ahead, Jan. On you.
So if you did it again, if you had to do a redo, what position would you play? I have a feeling I know this, but
I feel like it's still tight end. Is it not tight end?
I have a feeling.
No, I would learn how to long snap, and I'd be in the NFL.
You're so full of shit. I know exactly what it was. Oh, sorry. I asked you the question. My bad.
Our kids are watching this.
Sorry. I thought it'd be quarterback.
I would love to play quarterback, but I can't throw very well. I would love to be quarterback.
Well, obviously, I mean, if you had to do it all over again, you would train to be a quarterback, right?
Yes, but I can't throw the ball.
Sorry, I'm not trying to pursue you to say what you want, but
no. But also too, there's a local kid. I think he's a long snapper here.
Cole Meza.
Played at Alabama, and now he plays for the Dolphins.
Oh yeah,
right, or Chargers.
I'm not sure. Yeah, he plays on the Chargers because he was on Hard Knocks this year, and he had a moment where he's like, "Hey guys, I'm not taking the knee for the flag," which was kind of controversial, but good for Hard Knocks to show because he was the guy like, "Hey, I just don't believe in it," you know what I mean? And like standing his ground, and his teammates were really good about it too. So like they weren't like, "Oh no, you need to," like they were like, "Hey man, like we completely understand. Like here's why we're doing it," and he kind of said, "Here's why I won't," and it was good. But I mean, long snapper in the NFL. I think he went to Liberty High School.
So anyways, I'd learn how to long snap. That's
a great idea.
That's what I do, and hopefully, I mean, if I started from a younger age, and it'd still be, making money out of it.
Nice.
Okay, so I believe this is your guys' senior year, but question from Mike Smith on Instagram.
Hey, Mike.
Who were the best? Hey, Mike. He's so sweet. You gotta love Skids. Who were the three best players on the 2016 or 2006, 2007 East High varsity football team?
That's an easy question. For me, that's an easy question.
Go for it.
Mike Smith, Andre Smith, and Willits.
Not you?
No. I put myself at 4 or 5 maybe. That's how good that team was. People don't understand, like, I obviously got a scholarship and stuff, but I got the size and stuff, and I ran decently for how big I was. But actually, as far as athletic wise, and as far as like really good football players, like those guys were legit. Those guys were really good. That's easy to me.
It's funny too because we actually had this whole conversation in our fantasy football group chat where Daniel Miranda was thrown out there like he was blocking almost anyone.
Oh, he was legit.
Andre got a lot of love. Mike got a lot of love. Jan got some love, and I was the only one saying Skidmore.
But we had Tony on there, and we had
a very talented team.
We had a lot of guys, and if you talk to other people, around town about that team, everyone knows that we were stacked.
Everyone's underachieved for sure, and that's not a shot. That's just being like, yo, as a team, and I was a junior on that team, so I mean, like, as a team, we underachieved.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I thought it was you, and it was simply because, like, as far as like gap goes, so if Mike Smith wasn't our guard, we still had some good guards to plug in. Sergio, we still had Torres Dillard. As far as linebackers go, we had some good linebackers. Not as good as Mike, but they could do the job, right? As far as tight ends, and Jake Lanier could block anyone. Mm-hmm. But like no one was doing what you were doing as far as receiving.
Well,
and you could look at the stats. I
put it right. Okay, you could. I guess you could say with stats, but I'm saying from a pure, like, legit athletic football standpoint, like, those guys were legit, dude. And that's what's weird is, like, okay, if you look at out of those guys, I mean, I went the furthest. You know what I mean? I guess you could say that. I have all this. I have accolades or whatever. But
Mike Smith and Andre left a lot on the table because they were studs.
Those, to me, and I don't want to knock on them, but they definitely. They should have been playing it at a high rate.
And I don't think it's a knock. I think it's a hell of a compliment when someone who has gotten that far could say, "Hey, these guys could have played where I was playing."
Oh yeah, they were by far they were good enough, and they should even been at other places. And that's my opinion on that.
It's cool.
So did you have any other offers besides Fresno State?
Yeah, I mean, not like huge offers or anything, but I mean, I tripped to University of Nevada. Colin Kaepernick was there when I tripped there. That's a cool little story deal, and.
It all ties in. Your timeline is awesome, man. I love it.
Yeah, so I tripped to the University of Nevada. I tripped to the University of Toledo, and I got a couple other random offers outside of that. My first offer was like Montana and Cal Poly, UC Davis. So it was nothing like. I mean, I wasn't ever like, hitting the Notre Dames.
Well, offer's an offer.
I mean, that's cool. It's cool to get an offer. And I went to a bunch of camps across the country, and I really got a chance to meet some players that were legit. I mean, like they asked me like, who do you get offered by? And I tell them, like Fresno State, Nevada, and these other schools. And I'm like, what about you? And they'd be like, Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State. And you're like, whoa.
You're like, hey man, can I get your autograph?
Yeah, I'm not near any of that stuff. So it's just the caliber, of players. So yeah, those were my offers, and those are the trips that I had. And like, there's a couple more on there, but
nice, man.
And Montana was your first, though.
It was, yeah.
That's interesting.
And Montana actually has a pretty good program.
Yeah, but it was
they're
weird
like
because
a D1 AA or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it's weird because you really don't have as much. You don't get as much offers, or I guess the way it works back then. I guess it's different now, but I didn't really have any offers, and then all of a sudden I got my first one, and then they all started coming.
Trickle down.
It just kind of
nowadays, like they have this whole flag football thing that they just like they pretty much put these 5-star athletes on a team, and then they play flag football. Yeah, like Trevor Lawrence when he was in high school, it was Trevor Lawrence. I have a video of it on. It was online or something. It was Trevor Lawrence versus what's Ohio State's quarterback?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields on the other team. And they're playing against each other, and they have receivers and all that. They're all like stacked teams, right? And they're playing against each other in flag football. And Trent Dilfer's having his little prep talk on, hey, you guys are the guys to carry your teams. And
right, and it's weird because
it's different now. It's way different.
Well, it's weird because they had the star thing, right? You had 1 to 5-star recruits. Rivals.
You were 2-star. Right? Googled it.
Yeah, I was 3-star. Dude, come on, man.
Well, rivals. They maybe took a star away over time.
They changed it out at 32.
They were like, we saw him playing college.
Yeah, exactly. Right. No, but here's the thing: is that I've met some 4-star athletes that we had that didn't turn out that didn't pan out.
Yeah.
And then I've met some people who weren't even ranked that ended up being
Devontae Adams and Carr, like you said, they were like, oh, they're all right, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they going pro.
Yeah, for sure. So it just, I don't know. Those I take everything like what those guys say with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Daniel Munn, Instagram question, wants to know, why'd you fake an injury in the state basketball playoffs?
Okay, so he's talking about where I broke my face.
I didn't know you could break your
against
face.
Modern Day.
We were in the state playoffs. Thanks, Daniel, for that one, dude. Yeah, no, so I broke my nose and my face, and it blew up. But I was out for, I guess I got knocked out, and I don't remember getting knocked out, but that was the story with that, and I broke my face, Daniel. So.
I think that's a good reason to sit out.
On Terry Nagy's elbow. It wasn't even.
I thought it was one of the.
I thought it was too, but
7-footer or whatever.
Somebody told me, I was guarding the 7-footer.
Well, Skidmore said it was a 7-footer, but now 13 years later, it was scary.
What you're going to hear today is, as I get older, the better I become in football.
Yeah, exactly.
That's life.
So growing up with Skidmore in high school, he grew an inch every 6 months.
He was 6'8" in high school.
Yeah, 6'8", and then he realized that he was dropping, so now he was 6'5" going into college, and then at college he was about 7 foot. And then it dropped back down. Now he's 6'4".
Now I'm shrinking.
Now he's shrinking. So I wanted to talk about something that we used to do when we were in high school and stuff, about how each Friday night during football season, he would stay at my house, and what was the question we always ask each other before when we say the night?
Do you want to cuddle? Was that what
it
was?
That was just a given. But it was, hey dude, do you think we're gonna win tomorrow?
Yeah. So like one time we were playing.
I asked him that. I don't know why.
And we'd be like, hey, we've been playing VHS, right? I think that's when we were juniors, and VHS was like stacked. And he'd be like, hey man, do you think we're gonna be VHS? And I was like, no, there's no way hell we're being VHS. Like, there's no way.
What? You thought you guys were gonna lose?
Yes.
This is your quarterback.
And so,
man.
I'm like, that was my junior year.
I don't care. We'll talk. I'll let you get it out.
It's a whole other podcast here, dude.
But like, so yeah, I know, we told the truth, and then obviously we laugh at it, and then things led to another, and then we'd all go on Friday night and beat the team we played. So
yeah,
it was a fun little thing. We used to do it every Thursday night.
I only did that because I wanted you to throw me the ball.
Well, that didn't pan out very well because I threw it to you every once in a while. You still dropped it. I have film all day.
Dude,
Golden Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 06-07, let me just bring up why they didn't win. Jan went in the game thinking they were the lesser team. Like, come on. I'm just saying, Jan,
I mean, we lost still, and they didn't even have their 2 best players on their team.
There were games we lost, my group, and like I think we had really good leadership. Torres Dillard, Eddie Marr. We had some guys who could really take the reins and go with the team. We went into games where we were definitely outmatched, but we'd be down 28-7 with 3 minutes left in the fourth, and we're like, "Let's go! We can still get." And like,
we did the same thing too.
Well, you're over here like, no.
That's before the game. That's the night before. That doesn't mean at the game.
I never thought that way. I'm shocked that you did. That's crazy.
I mean, we have to face the facts sometimes, you guys. When we're playing
Skidmore
against the O-line,
when
the O-line that we're playing against is like averaging 300-something pounds. Yeah.
Mark Acosta, Instagram question. How does it feel to be the most decorated tight end in East High history?
Oh wow, thank you. I didn't really think about it, but
you just own it.
I'm owning it. Okay, yeah. I would love to be. I want them to have a huge mural on the wall of me.
On the wall? No, we want a statue in the end zone, like
this, where the ball's like coming right here,
awesome.
and they go off his like fingertips.
Ooh, and a miniature Seth Dameron catching it behind him.
I don't know the exact. I know that they've had some pretty good receivers and tight ends come through there. I don't know the exact,
So much history.
I don't know.
There's a lot of history.
I don't know any tight ends really, other than you that were.
Seth Dameron
was solid, but I think all in all,
I think
Skidmore was better than any of the tight end I've seen. So did you see yourself when you're playing football at Fresno State? Did you see yourself being in the job industry that you are in now? I'm gonna say probably not.
What were you working towards when you were at Fresno State?
Well, I mean, everyone's goal is to go to the NFL, right? And that's.
I think you missed the window.
Communications major.
Yeah.
I think he missed the window of when tight ends actually needed to learn how to run and catch the ball. I think you were like before that window happened.
Yeah. No, I mean, but people don't understand is just how hard that is to get into that profession. I have a lot of friends who play in the NFL, some who still play in the NFL. And it's a tough business. And truly, I mean, if you look at it, a lot of the guys tell me on each team, there's only 10 or 15 guys that are the solid core guys of that team. The rest of them are worried about losing their job from year to year. Yeah. So I mean, it's a tough gig. I mean, I could sit here and tell you that like I could have got tryouts and stuff like that, but it's realistically, I tore my shoulder and that was it. So I don't want to hide behind some. I don't want to be that guy that goes, oh yeah,
I could have.
I could have too.
Right. Yeah.
If I was 6'8", like.
Right. So I don't want to be that guy that hides behind like, but I got hurt, and once they found out that, it was definitely a huge no, because I don't think I would have been. I don't think I was good enough to play in the NFL. Truly, I mean, I caught passes in D1, but it is what it is.
Right on.
Instagram question. Hector Sedano, aka Cupcake.
Yeah.
Shortest punt you had in Jack Frost football. How'd that go?
Yeah, dude. I had like a -5 yard punt, and then it rolled back. And the Oilers beat us. Yeah, they jumped on the ball. That's when Toledo ran up the score. It was like 68-2.
That darn Coach Toledo. He don't care. Don't be wearing green. That's all it was.
He did not care at all, man. He ran the score. God love him.
And then I got one last one. It said, when you scored against Colorado State, what was the first thing you thought of?
Oh, I was just ecstatic, man. I thought it was like
How many text messages did you have on your phone after
a lot, man. That was cool. It was a bowl game, and it was against Colorado State, and that was my first. That was my redshirt freshman year when I did that. So that was a special moment for me.
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw it on TV, I was pretty pumped. It was cool.
It was cool.
Your first one was the bowl game, you said?
Yeah, my first touchdown that I caught was in a bowl game.
How they deck you out at a bowl game? Do you get like hooked up when you go to a bowl game?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of backpack. Oh yeah, no, there's a ton of stuff. I don't know how they do it now, but I mean, they give out TVs or they give out Xboxes and games
to the whole team.
Everyone will get it.
Wow, that's crazy. That's cool.
depending on who the how big the bowl game is and like who the sponsor is. So like if you go to a bowl game and like Sony's the main sponsor, like you're gonna get like a lot of good stuff. But if it's like
that's why a lot of times want to play in the big bowl games.
Right, but if it's like I don't know, like some smaller
what bowl were you in against Colorado State? The Sun Bowl or something like that?
That was the New Mexico Bowl.
Oh yeah. What'd you get?
I want to say we always get like new shoes and sweats and a couple of sets of sweats and backpacks, duffel bags. You'll get like a watch. You'll get.
So when you play in the BCS bowls, you're like,
oh, those guys are balling.
Man, these guys should really get paid. The amount of work they put in, it's crazy that they don't get paid.
that's a whole other thing too, man. I don't.
Okay, 2 other Instagram questions. Manuel Ramirez wants to know, why didn't he ever see you dunk in a basketball game? Why didn't it ever happen? You're 6'8".
I can dunk really easy. I dunked in some tournaments.
Can you tell him the story when you did try to dunk when the basketball game was over in front of all these people?
When I fell?
Yeah. That might be the reason
why. You have
why.
to bring that up, dude.
Because it was hilarious.
No,
That might be the reason why you didn't do it.
I've dunked in like preseason games and stuff like that, but I needed a breakaway. I needed the lane to be clear.
You need those power steps. You can't do it on someone.
Yeah, I wasn't, and it sucks because I really wasn't that great at basketball. I was just tall.
And he doesn't know Manuel. Why didn't you ever dunk in the game, right? There you go. Counter it back. Stop being nice to these people. They're being mean, but this person's being really nice. Right. Last Instagram comment, save the best for last. Is it true what they say about big feet? This was from Anonymous. They don't want to be said. Is it true what they say, Skid?
Next question.
All right. So that was a fair pass. I probably would have passed on that one too. Okay, cool. But we are coming into the 2-minute drill now.
And you got to answer the question.
This is like a little
fast. You want to be fast. We've done this once with Coach Sneed, and he was trying to tell a whole story, and he failed the 2-minute drill. He didn't get the ball in the end zone. All right. So we're hoping you get the ball in the end zone. Okay. Rapid fire. We're asking for honesty during these times. All right.
Okay.
Be as honest. There's no passing. All right. You want to start it off, Jan, or do you want me to start with the 2 minutes?
We're just going to switch questions, right?
Back and forth.
Okay. I'll start it off.
How many questions are there?
We got 6 each for you.
Okay, go.
Okay, ready? Begin. If you pick a college to play football at, where would it be?
Fresno State.
Wildest thing experienced on a college visit?
We drank.
ESPN or NFL Network?
NFL Network.
Jan or Kyle, a quarterback?
Come on, dude. Jan. Sorry. This is my wedding. We were in each other's weddings. I love you.
Favorite sports movie?
Rudy. I cry every time.
Favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas Vacation.
If you could play a position, any position, what would it be?
Long snapper. Okay. You already asked me that one.
Breakfast or dinner?
I'm a huge breakfast guy.
Okay. Best asset about yourself?
My ears.
Nice.
I hear really well.
I love it.
What does Bakersfield do better than Fresno?
Oil.
You got one more.
Great. 84 or 81?
Oh, dang. 81.
Nice.
Pet peeve about Lauren?
Nah, dude. I'm passing.
I like, hey, it's part of the 2-minute drill, all right? You could have just said she doesn't pick up her laundry. I don't know. Something small that doesn't get you in trouble. She loves me too much. Well, that's it for the first part of our sports show. We're going to come back, talk some fantasy, transition to more a new segment we're going to bring up, talking just being dads.
The dad segment, yeah, for sure.
And then we'll end it with, are you smarter than an average dude? Skidmore against Jan trivia game.
That's cute.
All right, so enjoy this commercial break. Visit them on their Instagram, visit them on their Facebook, show some love.
Peace.
In
these unsafe times, we know protecting our loved ones is our top priority. Whether it be your mom, wife, daughter, sister, friend, and even yourself, Damsel with Vanessa helps put those worries at ease. Shop products from stun guns to pepper spray, striking tools to other security on the go. Visit Damsel with Vanessa on Instagram or Facebook for all your safety needs.
Bring it back.
Welcome back. Hey,
he's back, guys. We got Skidmore here still, and we're gonna talk about our fantasy. Kyle, did you win your matchup?
Oh, you know I'm sore about that. All right.
I know.
In a battle for first place, I lost. All I had to do was beat my matchup. I lost. So then I was over here rooting for Bobby to lose, and the Cowboys go for it on 4th and 1. I'm beating Bobby, like he's still losing. And then they throw to Amari Cooper, the one guy they couldn't throw to. I lost. It sucked. Second place.
Still a 2 seed, right?
Second place going into the playoffs. What about you, Jan?
I lost. I lost. It's nothing new to me. It happens. Okay. But guess who I get to play in the playoffs?
I'm glad it's nothing new to you because we're back up against each other.
Again.
SOL bet?
Again. Yeah, sure. Why not?
I'm going to shake Skidmore's hand. You shake Skidmore's other hand. All right, there it is. So we shook on it. We got the SOL wheel coming up next week.
This is a big one because whoever loses, they're out. That's how we do things.
And they might have to jump in a freezing cold pool.
I'm hoping I don't lose. I really do.
Suicide pool. I'm no longer in that.
So
how's that going?
We got 5 people. 2 people got eliminated last week. It was the Seahawks.
Is he in it?
He is in it. He actually has to pay still. So,
wow.
There we go. Look at, hey, you guys didn't see that, all right? This is not gambling. And so there's only 5 people left. It's Shagoyas, Crystal, Uncle Chris, Levi, and my buddy Joel.
And Skidmore.
And Vanessa's mom. My mother-in-law is still picking, dude.
I listened to you, though. That's why I lost.
You should have saw my wife.
He picked the Dolphins for me.
Who picking the Dolphins, man?
Well, you didn't have your pick in.
Well, I thought you would have done a better pick.
No, I mean, that sucks. But
you see how Jan rigs this for people? Wow, the truth comes up.
He didn't have his pick in on by Wednesday night. I put it in.
He forfeits that pick.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how many other people are still in.
And so
all them Shagoyas.
So you should have saw my wife when the Raiders were playing.
I don't want to see.
It was crazy, man. It was wild.
That's fun. All right, so a couple people, 6 people left, 5 people left. You said
5 people.
Wow. 3 of them are Shagoyas. Shagoyas, let's go. Sponsor the next video. We'll do something crazy.
You know the only one going to be sponsored with Crystal.
Levi might, man. Levi's showing love. Uncle Chris might too.
You got that perm though.
He said no on the perm. Just saying.
I know. I saw it.
Week 13 picks. Tad versus Jan versus Kyle record. Tad came in on the Instagram. They were dropping some fire. But the low dog, someone's finally averaging back. Jan, you got only 7 right this week.
I know. We got a couple upsets that kind of hurt me.
Okay. Tad got 9 right. And your top dog,
he rigged it. He's setting it up, guys.
I don't rig it. I just do the picks.
It's usually he's first place or last place. Hey, speaking of first and last place, your brother, first to worst, huh?
Worst to first, back to worst. Yeah, he's just living the life.
That's awesome.
He said he thought the year got canceled because COVID, so he stopped sending his lineup. Week 14 picks. We're gonna go ahead and include Skidmore on this week too. So I don't know if you'll pick Miami or not this year. I guess you'll do whatever Jan tells you. But let's jump into it. First game of the week, week 14, New England Patriots against the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Both of you Rams?
Yeah.
Me too. Minnesota versus Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Minnesota. I still don't believe Antonio Brown's a cancer.
No, he's not. Damn it.
Arizona versus New York Giants.
Arizona.
I'm gonna go with the Giants.
I went with the Giants too.
Really? Wow.
Their defense is not bad.
It's a long drive. They got something to play for. Arizona keeps failing. Kansas City versus Miami.
Kansas City.
You sure?
100% Kansas City.
All right, Kansas City. Kansas
Yeah,
City.
your boy would be mad at me if I did that.
Yeah, he'd be upset.
Tennessee versus Jacksonville.
Tennessee.
I was wondering why it took so long. Yeah, Tennessee. I was like, did I miss something? Dallas versus Cincinnati.
Dallas.
Cincinnati.
I'm
So
going
you
Dallas,
have,
dude.
you have to.
I have to. I can go against
Skip,
it.
thanks for coming on the show. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. It's Dallas, all right?
Cincy's going to win, dude.
This is like
They have the Heisman Trophy winner.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. He's not playing.
That's one of you guys.
This is one of the one times Dallas has a chance, like a realistic shot. Pick Dallas.
We need Dalton back. Cincinnati needs
They need Dolan back, and we're willing to give him up. All right, we're willing to give him up.
Houston versus Chicago.
Houston.
I'm gonna go Chicago because it's in Chicago.
Chicago. Denver versus Carolina.
I'm gonna go Denver because
upset of the week.
No. I don't think it's upset. Not upset of the league.
So you're not going Denver.
I'm going Denver, but it's not my upset.
Oh, okay. Thanks for being on it, though. I appreciate that.
Because I mean, the Panthers Moore's out right now for COVID, and so is Samuel out for COVID.
Are they going to stay out? Because I
They
like
might
that.
be.
I like that. You have them on your fantasy squad. New York Jets versus Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Indianapolis versus Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm going Raiders.
Indianapolis.
I'm going Colts too.
Yeah. Colts they're good.
Is that upset of the week?
No. I think they're probably a wash. They're probably pretty even. Washington versus San Francisco.
I'm gonna go Washington.
I don't like.
Is that an upset? No, that's not an upset.
I think San Francisco would be the upset.
Yeah, I would think so too.
So I went San Francisco, but
is that upset of the week?
I don't know.
Are we gonna ring this bell or not?
Ring the bell because none of my other ones are surprising.
Yeah, dude.
There it is.
That's upset of the week.
And that was the most manly the bell's ever been rung before. Way to show me. I appreciate it. People are gonna backtrack and be like, "Why doesn't Kyle ring the bell like that?" New Orleans versus Philadelphia.
I'm gonna go
New Orleans. Dude, Peyton and the way that guy's playing. What's his name?
Am I gonna go with the upset of the week on the Eagles because Jalen Hurts is starting? It might be. I'm gonna go with the upset and the Eagles.
No.
Go ahead. Eagles. I'm gonna go with the Eagles on that one.
All right, I'm going Nolans with Skids. Atlanta versus Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm on Chargers because I need Herbert to ball out.
Atlanta, all right? He needs to stop picking the Chargers already. Green Bay versus Detroit.
Green Bay.
I like the Lions, man.
Get out.
I like the Lions too, but just against Green Bay, I still think it's Green
Dude,
Bay.
Megatron? Come on.
Yeah, if he was there.
So I love how you
Stafford.
play it, but we actually have uncle. I don't know what Jacob is to you, but we have a Jacob Lanier who these statements would legit be Jacob's thoughts. Doesn't the Heisman play for Cincy? Oh, dude, he died. What about I really like Detroit because of Megatron. No, he does not play. He hasn't played for
Joey Harrington is still a quarterback?
He thought Patrick Ewing, because they had that Snickers commercial, his real name was Patrick Chewing. He legit thought that. It was hilarious.
Good old Uncle Jake.
Good old Jake. Pittsburgh versus Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I'm a Bills fan.
Since when?
I kind of go back and forth. I'm a Bills fan.
That's a question I want to ask you. What is your favorite team?
Buffalo. But go ahead.
Right now,
Who is your favorite team?
Obviously,
Right now?
I go with the Raiders because of Carr. I support Carr, but I like the Bills.
All right, Carr, do you support Skidmore? Prove it next week. Baltimore versus Cleveland, the last game of the week.
I'm going to go Cleveland.
Oh, my Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
Baltimore. I'm still gonna ride out Lamar Jackson just like you're gonna ride out Justin Sherbert. All right, so that brings it to a close for the fantasy for this week. We're gonna send it over to our second commercial. Shop them products. Shop till you drop, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Christmas time.
With the holidays right around the corner, look no further than Minnows Company for your bath salt and candles. Her bath salts range from her Christmas-scented peppermint to her cold and stuffy nose specialty, eucalyptus. Grab one of her many holiday-scented candles: cypress and bayberry, blue spruce, mistletoe, cranberry apple marmalade, pomegranate bitters, and my favorite, strudel and spice. Head over to Minnows Company on Instagram.
Welcome back to the Average Dudes.
He had to think about the name.
He forgot. He forgot what podcast he was on, guys. He
Love
forgot.
the support.
And the funny thing is, you try to look at Kyle's shirt, but he was covering it. And you see his eyes. He goes, "Welcome to the Average Dude."
Love the support, Skidmore. We're
Great,
so
great.
thankful that we have you. Wow.
So this is kind of a new segment that I think we can put together. Instead of talking so much about sports and stuff, maybe people can see us in a different eye, and our personal life eye. And it's kind of the dad husband segment. And I just put 3 topics that we want to talk about, and 3 topics that I like to talk about. One topic I hate is Christmas shopping.
You hate Christmas shopping?
I don't hate it. I hate going to do it.
Hey,
I hate Walmart.
2020, everything's
So
online.
Walmart is like the worst store known to mankind. I don't like it. I went there to go pick up something, and I had to literally find somebody to help me pick my order up. And then when I found somebody, I was like, "Hey man, I'm trying to put this on. It says my name's on here. I'm good to go." He looks at his old leader's name up there. I was like, "No, that's what I'm trying to ask. Like, help." He just walks away. I'm like, great customer service, guys. And
It would never happen at Target.
the best thing about Christmas shopping, though, is the kids when they open their gifts. That's the best part about it. Other than that,
What about you, Skid? How do you feel about Christmas shopping?
I'm just doing a lot of stuff online now because of the COVID. So most of the stuff's done online. I just got to race to the mailbox to grab the packages before my wife gets them.
Oh, I thought you were worried about porch stealers, but
Sure,
I guess not
that's
on
a
the
real
ranch,
thing
huh?
too. I mean, yeah, I guess yeah.
when you own a ranch, you don't got to worry about those things.
Yeah. Grandpa might steal it. What was this? Thought it was jerky. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, well,
On the ranch, I feel
thought
like
it
they
was
eat jerky. I don't know.
Yeah.
So for me, the hardest part about Christmas shopping is it's tough to decide when enough is enough. Like I have all these ideas that finally come to light during Christmas, and it's like, did I get him enough yet? But he's really gonna love this. You know what I mean? So I always have trouble deciding how much is too much.
That's funny because we literally just did that. We were like, "Is this enough?" We were
You and
thinking the same
Vanessa?
thing. Yeah, we were like,
Do they
"Is this
have
enough?"
to equal out?
But
We
then you're
all
like-
have 2 kids right now. Do they have to equal out 10 presents, 10?
Yeah, you have
And
to.
that might be high. I
You
don't know
have
if
to, dude.
Dang.
Yeah, I feel like you have to equal out, man, because it's gonna be sad when the other one's not opening up a gift when the other one's still opening up gifts.
Is it just equal number of gifts, or is it the same amount of
size
money?
or money?
No, same amount of money.
Equal,
So like
equal amount of number of gifts, because obviously your older kids gonna have more expensive stuff than the younger kids.
And they still get 10 gifts if they get the brand new PS5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dang.
No, yeah, you get
PS5.
little small ones. You
Okay.
know, throw some small ones out there, little action figures and stuff. But I mean,
I don't have a problem
You're
because
right.
I still have a small one. So
yeah. So I mean, you're gonna still give as many gifts as you want, but yeah,
It's tough.
I think it's hard, dude. Christmas shopping's not easy, and then you got to be like, and then as soon as you buy all this stuff, right, and then the next thing you know, you see that thing, they're like, oh man, he was talking about that. We have to get that, and then it's like, no.
You know what else is bad too? It's not enough that you got the gifts, but now you're like, damn, I have to wrap them. Like that's
even worse.
Oh,
Because you got to stay up.
that's the worst part about the shopping. It's like, can I just give it to him like this? And your wife's always like, no.
Yeah.
That takes out the joy. It's
Can
like,
we just do bag?
no, the
bag
joy is
gifts?
he's gonna.
Put them in a bag and put some tissue paper on them.
Oh.
So the next little thing is like being a sports dad, right? Our kids are in sports now. Your kids are not at that age yet, but I think it's the coolest thing to see your kids play sports that you enjoy. Even sports that you don't enjoy. It's always fun to like when you see little Emmett or little Cameron, you know, hit a ball and they're running around, they're super stoked. I mean, but they're also those parents that are like, that's not good enough. You didn't hit it out of the infield. Like, it's like, hey man, the guy's fine, chill, you know? And as coaching like little kids and stuff, I try to make it to where each kid touches the ball, each kid gets to run a home run. I mean, Kyle coached with me when I was doing baseball. Each kid got a last at bat and they run around bases. And I think me as a sports dad, as a sports guy and a sports dad, it's always awesome when your kid does something cool and you're like, oh man, it's so cool.
Right. But I mean, this is a slippery, like a double-edged sword, because you want kids to compete, right? You want kids to kind of have a drive to be the best, right, on the team, like, and you want kids to compete,
right?
And I think that's good because it's innately into some people.
At what age do you start
right? And that's
that?
the question. And so the problem is too, is because you're also going into the topic of everyone gets a medal, right? Everyone gets a trophy. So I understand that at a younger age, that's.
I feel like
sense. But we still have to create.
Yes.
We still have to create drive, and you have to be competitive in certain things. Now, yeah, I think some coaches and some people, dads, go too far, but you still want to push your kids to have that. And kids should obviously kind of have that in them. I know a lot of us. I can speak for us because I know all of our parents really well and stuff. And growing up with you guys, we were all pretty competitive ourselves. Like it was innately in us. You know what I'm saying? To be the best and to always want to win. So I think some kids are born with that. So.
And I mean, like you said, double-edged sword. I think it's kind of hard when you're a little kid. I think it's about learning the sport. I played cornerback growing up. I played safety. I played linebacker. I played everything but D-line just because there were some kids a little more healthy than me at that time. But on offense, I played quarterback. I played running back. I never played receiver because I couldn't catch. But I mean, so when you put them in positions to really learn the game, and that's what, to me, it's really about. Eventually, maybe it's fifth, maybe it's sixth. Somewhere in there, it's like, okay, like now you've already seen what their competitiveness will bring out. Like, it's something they either have or don't have. You don't teach them to be competitive, I don't think. But yeah, it's a tough thing. But anyway, back to the sports dad thing. I think it's really cool. You got some dads like Jan. Jan never played soccer in his life that I know of. Maybe AYSO, but coached it for Cameron. Coached T-ball. Once that's done, coaches football. Right back into the next sport. Coaches every sport his son does. And like, applause to those dads, to dads like you. Because I'm the dad, I coached with you one time, and you know, like, not that it wasn't for me, I just felt like I was worried about every kid instead of just being able to focus on enjoying my son.
Right.
So I mean, the commitment that you give to even other kids as a sports dad, it's not just Cameron, because you are focused on the 9 other baseball players.
You can't show favorites, but you show favorites.
You show, that's the beauty, like, right? Cameron gets first shot at quarterback. Cameron gets to pick what number he wants first. So you get your favoritism, but it's like, even when you just like, all right, well, Cameron's on base, I want to watch him run around the bases. Yeah. You can't because you're worried about this guy batting. And so, like, I learned that quick, like, hey, I need to be one of those dads who could sit back and watch my son. And props to dads like you who are able to do it for your son and other kids, because, like, kids like my kid get to benefit from it. So appreciate that. For me, it's an easy gig. for you, you're putting in the hours, and like us, we appreciate it. So.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I love doing it, and our flag football, I'm supposed to be in the roster anytime.
Hope I'm on that team.
So we're the Chiefs, just FYI.
We are now.
We are the Chiefs, and
I don't know if it's we yet.
I've had like, and not to like
brag
about it, but I actually have kids like dads that always hit me up like, hey man, are you going to coach and stuff? So
that is something to brag about though.
It's
like
cool.
I mean, when you get recognition from a dad for being a dad,
yeah, exactly,
that's what you want. Like if another athlete tells you, hey, you're a great athlete, that's like the ultimate praise. I don't care what the reporter says. Like I don't care what other people. So I mean, a dad to dad, if he's like, hey man, I really want you to coach my kid this year. Hey, are you coaching this year? I want. That's the utmost praise.
Yeah,
that's good, man. Congratulations on that.
Thanks, man. And then the next one is how to be a good husband and a dad. So like my thing, yeah. This is my quote that I've always said, and my mother-in-law said the same thing, and this is the quote that I go by: "Happy wife, happy life, dude." Let me tell you, man. If you have an unhappy wife, she can make your life really, really miserable.
Is Vanessa happy?
Of course she is. Shoot.
I'm not shooting my shot. I'm happily married too.
So
I'm just asking.
I know, dude. What's going on?
Just calm
here?
down.
No, but that's my go-to is happy wife, happy life. You know, we're here as dads. We try to provide as much as we can for our families and our wives. And you know, I'm the type of husband that I don't trip off too many things. And you know, just sometimes. And another thing was like to me, I mean, these are just my advice to every husband out there is, I try to like, you don't go to bed mad at each other. You don't carry it the next day because
go to couch mad at each other.
Yeah, you can go if you're gonna sleep on the couch. Then I'm mad. I'm mad at you because I have to sleep on the couch. I'm gonna be mad. Yeah,
right.
Just end it. Hey man, we were done. We disagreed on something, but before we go to bed, love you. Good night. The next day it starts over, and then we can talk about it. Sometimes you don't want to talk about that time because you might get your head ripped off of. But that's just kind of the good things that I said.
What you got?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. I've been with my wife Lauren for a long time, and so
you must be doing something right.
Well, I mean,
seventh grade.
Man. Yeah,
like you guys weren't married then, but seventh grade, right?
Yeah, like since seventh grade. Yeah, wow. 8th grade. But you know, and then after having kids, it changes. Getting married, having kids, living together, all these steps that we took, it changes things. You know, as far as the dynamics of things. Mm-hmm. And so I got mad props for people that have more than 2 kids. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. And so it takes a lot of work.
The hell was I think, you know?
it takes work, right? I mean it just takes work. It takes a lot. You care about the relationship and the person. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of work.
You kind of have to like sometimes just be like, all right, I'm going to be the bigger person.
Wow.
Sometimes you got to be like that, dude.
Well, it's
I'm going to take it. I'm be like, you know what? You were right. But in my head, I'm like.
the biggest advice that I can give to people is just pick and choose your battles. Man.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Because it's like sometimes I know she says something, I'm like, all right, like I'll just bite my tongue. Like, all right, I'll just do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, ma'am.
even though I want to say something, it's like, nah, it would be better because I don't want to fight on that hill, right? Mm-hmm. And then so you just pick and choose your battles, and that's it, man.
My dad advice would be careful where you leave your shaving cream.
Oh, yeah.
But in all seriousness, my kind of thing for being a good husband, being a good dad, is just really to concentrate on, you know, where you can help your family be the most beneficial. Don't overburden yourself, but also don't let your wife or family be overburdened because it really comes down to being a team. Like this whole thing is a sports podcast, but like I like that we're including the dad and father. It really is a team when you think about it. And like, I mean, Shaq wasn't anything with it. They wouldn't have won those championships without Kobe.
Right.
Like Shaq by himself wouldn't have won.
Right.
We've seen that too many times where one great player isn't enough.
Right.
You need a team. And like, I think of that all the time. And I tell my wife all the time, you're the Jordan, I'm the Pippen. Like, I mean, I'm cool with being like, she is by far the MVP on this team. Like, let me just be there to assist you here. I do this really good. Like I play really good defense. Let me play defense. Like, so know what your strengths are, know where you can help your wife. And like, it's going to calm her down because she knows, oh, I could rely on him right now.
I got my backup.
My kids know this is where it is. I don't want to say like roles because like my wife will take out the trash if the trash needs to be taken out, but that's my job, right? Washing the dishes, that's my job. Not saying she won't ever wash dishes. I seldom cook, but like, you know, have your role, know what it is, concentrate on that, relieve the stress from your partner, and just be a good teammate.
Yeah, for sure. I agree 100%.
Wait, so are you the mailman or are you John Stockton in your relationship?
So, like, I'm probably
or you're gonna go Dirk or
Michael Finn.
Nash.
No, Nash. There you go. I'm probably like Dirk. Like when it needs to happen, I'm there. I'll make the bucket. And Vanessa, I'd probably say Nash. I don't know how.
She'd probably be Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, she's like Rick Carlisle, kind of just telling me, hey, you go over here and shoot the ball, and I'm like, okay, when do you want me to shoot it?
Yeah.
Where at?
So it'd be like, yeah, I like that.
No, definitely, man. I agree 100%. We're a team, and you always back one or the other up, and if you don't, we get real intense.
And your kids will be against
your kids will know. Your kids will know. Oh, I can go to mommy for this one. I can go to daddy for this one.
Get comfortable saying, "Well, what did mom say?"
Yeah.
Or what did dad say?
For sure. But that's kind of the segment that we want to talk about. I feel like I think it's cool to get into something different than just sports all the time. So we'll kind of give up more ideas as we go.
But one more thing before we do move on, there's an Instagram I follow called The Dad. I think it's just called The Dad, but it's something like that. One really funny thing they tied in with sports, they always leave these messages to their kids or whatever, but one of their messages were, hey kids, be careful what number you choose in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Because that number will be associated with your password and email for the rest of your life.
That is so true, dude.
That is true.
11 Kyle.Ashley@gmail.com.
Yep.
I know you're
Mine's 19.
19 for BC.
Yep.
So everyone has that, right? I remember my first instant messaging name was Eastblade11.
Yep.
So
10.
it's crazy. It's
funny.
crazy. And that was hilarious. It stood out to me. And yeah, but we're going to bring it to our third and final commercial. When we come back, are you smarter than an average dude? Skids versus Jen.
Let's go. Bring it on.
All right. After this.
With all the craziness going on all around us, some nail salons open, but still, maybe you're still unsure about going into one. Treat yourself or use this chance to show your favorite girl that you're thinking about her. Color Street is your answer. They are strips, 100% nail polish. Easy to apply with no dry time. Simply remove the polish remover. The price is so affordable, ranging from $11 to $13 and $14 for French. All online orders are buy 3, get 1 free. Head over to polishbykellysneed.com.
Bring us back, Skid.
Welcome back to The Average Dude.
There we go.
Oh, he's still stalled. You heard me. All right. So, are you smarter than an average dude? Trivia game that we brought up last week. Last week we had Papa Woolitz on.
Yes, sir.
This week we don't have to search. We got Skidmore right here.
The legend.
It's the perfect opportunity.
The legend. The
perfect opportunity for Jan versus Skidmore going toe to toe. I got a couple questions here. Each one. How long is the timer? Do you have your phone?
What do you guys want to do? You want to do
30 seconds? What did you do last time?
I did 30 seconds.
Let's go 30. We'll stick with 30.
Let me get a timer going.
All right, so as he's pulling up the timer, I'll explain to both of you what the category is. So the category is we're going tight ends in the NFL.
Cool.
Or, that have played in the NFL. Could be some throwbacks. But so tight ends, what I need you to do is when I name their name, you got to tell me what NFL team they played for. And if you could tell me what college, that'll give you 2 points.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh, this is easy.
Okay, ready? Who's going first?
I'm going to let Skids go first. He's our guest. Ladies first, kind of.
Ready? Yeah. Read the first question. I'll start it.
Sounds good. Travis Kelce.
Cincinnati, and he plays for the Chiefs.
Tony Gonzalez.
Is it me?
Yes. So
Tony Gonzalez went to Cal, and he played for the Falcons.
Darren Waller.
Darren Waller, pass.
Jason Witten.
Oh, he went to Tennessee, and he played for the Cowboys for this.
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry plays for the Chargers, but I don't know.
Evan Ingram.
Ingram went to Ole Miss, and he plays for the...
Done. Time.
Okay, so let's count those up. That's 1, 2.
Those are pretty good, dude.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He got 8 points.
Not bad, man.
He got 8 points. So we got to remember that he had 8 points. I'm probably going to forget.
8 points. I'll remember.
You remember?
He's not gonna be able to
Kobe. You're Kobe.
I'm going to press play because I don't trust you.
Okay. Press play. I don't care.
All right, you ready?
After you
just because it's right.
Yeah,
after the first name. George Kittle.
Iowa, San Fran.
Antonio Gates.
San Diego State, and he played basketball. He played for San Diego Chargers and played basketball for, I don't know,
Mark Andrews.
Oklahoma, Ravens.
Rob Gronkowski.
Arizona, Buccaneers, Patriots.
TJ Hawkinson.
Iowa, and Lions.
Mike Ditka.
Bears. And
It's time.
How many you get?
He got like 10, I think. I don't know if those are true or not.
Well, he's gonna give us.
So he got 4. George Kittle, you said Niners, Iowa, right?
That's 2.
That's 2. Gates, you said Chargers. You didn't get Kent State as college.
Yeah, I'm not giving you.
So you're at 3. Mark Andrews, you said Ravens. Did you say Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I said Oklahoma.
Rob
Really?
Gronkowski.
That's an easy one. You gave him that
Patriots, Arizona.
Yeah.
Crap.
That's easy as Jason Witten, I feel like.
Yeah, you're right.
TJ Hawkinson, did you get Lions?
Lions.
And did you get Iowa?
Yep.
He did. Yeah.
So he already won right there.
Ding, 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 ding. Winner, chicken dinner. Let's go.
Oh, you slapped me. I lose and I get slapped.
I'm sorry, you are not smarter than an average dude.
Once again, the average dude's 2. The tag community 0.
I did have a nice little back and forth tiebreaker if you guys wanted to try it.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay, so I mean, Jan wins regardless. It's not going to be, oh, but I won the. No, you already lost.
He's gonna call
Hold
me.
your L.
He's gonna call me tomorrow and say, "Hey, man, I beat you that."
Yeah, I'm gonna beat him this time. I'm gonna win this.
So the tiebreaker kind of doesn't have to do with tight ends. I thought the tiebreaker would be local high schools, and you guys just bounce back and forth
Let's go.
until someone repeats or someone stalls too long. I'll be the judge.
Like we just say, what's the high school team?
Yeah, well, yeah, high school.
Oh, okay,
school.
gotcha,
Like,
gotcha,
I mean,
gotcha.
They obviously
Okay.
have a team too. Well, let's Skidmore start off.
Go ahead, man.
East High,
Highland,
Ridgeview,
Foothill,
Centennial,
Liberty,
Frontier,
Stockdale,
Independence,
Garces.
Foothill.
Foothill's been said.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, Skidmore's not smarter than an average dude twice.
Yeah, just.
I like
I
it.
think it's that time.
Stuff.
But we should take note, Jan, that's how you do a back and forth. Last time, me and Uncle Robert doing the same exact questions.
Yeah, that was my
and then
bad,
you're like,
dude.
oh, you weren't supposed to be listening. What was I supposed to do?
It was a trial run, guys. It was a trial run.
All right, so that brings us to a close. Thank you very much, Ryan Skidmore, for being on.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, man.
guys.
Appreciate it.
That was almost as good as Coach Sneeds.
Yeah, almost.
What?
Not quite though.
Your interview, it was amazing.
Oh no, yeah.
I
Second
mean,
fiddle.
it's okay. You
It was
forgot
okay.
what show you were on
I'm
and
not
you
sure
had
you
any
were on.
comments on and all that other stuff.
If you would have got that, maybe it would have been better. But hey, the ladies love you. That bot was here for you. Criddle. Oh, and somewhere along the way, we forgot to add in whining about sports.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to make sure that I drop it here because we did get a whining about sports this week.
Do you ever get lost in Matt Leinert's eyes?
Mina, we got Criddle coming in with the whining about sports.
We'll see a crit with it, God with it.
And
Great with
you
it.
know, enjoyed this last video. And then that brings us to a close for episode 6 of the Average Dudes. You ready? You ready? We're Average Dudes!